Over 60% of people on Polymarket right now are betting that Bitcoin will drop below $50,000 this year. We were at $126,000 just 5 months ago, and now the crowd is pricing in a nearly 50% crash. Prediction markets are pricing nearly 75% odds that Bitcoin touches $55,000 before the year is over. So I want to ask you something sitting at home right now. Are you scared? Over 60% of people on Polymarket right now are betting that Bitcoin will drop below $50,000 this year. 60% on a market with over $22 million in volume. These aren't random people on crypto Twitter. These are people putting real money behind their conviction. We were at $126,000 just 5 months ago, and now the crowd is pricing in a nearly 50% crash from where we sit today. Standard Chartered, one of the largest banks in the world, has a $50,000 price on the table. Canary Capital's CEO went on CNBC and called 2026 the bear leg of the 4-year cycle. And prediction markets are pricing nearly 75% odds that Bitcoin touches $55,000 before the year is over. So I want to ask you something sitting at home right now. Are you scared? Because if you are, this video is exactly what you need to watch. And if you're not scared, then you might want to be paying a little bit closer attention to the market right now. I've been in this market since 2018 and through many 80% crashes, capitulation candles, and moments where it genuinely felt like Bitcoin was completely finished. And every single time, the data told a story that the crowd was completely missing. So in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly what the bears are basing this call on, what the on-chain data is actually saying underneath the noise, and the exact price levels where Bitcoin, I think, will be going next, and what personally I think can happen from this point on. This could be the most important Bitcoin video you watch in months. So definitely sit back, relax, and get ready for the video. So before we do get into the video, guys, as always, you know, I'm just a guy called Jack in his room making videos about cryptocurrency. None of what I say is financial advice. You should always consult a financial advisor. And if you're in the UK, USA, or UAE, please do not watch or engage with my content. So before I get any further into the video, I do want to give a shout out to Chart Chasers. The link is down below. It's a paid premium VIP Telegram group, which is currently open for a limited time. I am having a free $1,000 giveaway in there as well. So if you did want to go ahead and join, click the link down below. I'm giving alpha alerts, different signals, trade information, all that stuff in the group. All you have to do is click down below and go ahead and join. Okay, guys, so let's take a look at the bearish case scenario. Bitcoin hit an all-time high of 126 in October 2025. We're now trading at around $70,000. That's already a 45% drawdown, and the bears think that it's just beginning. Standard Chartered slashed their forecast and now has a downside target of $50,000. Canary Capital CEO said flat out on CNBC that 2026 is the bear leg of the 4-year cycle, and he's calling $50,000 by summer. Peter Brandt, a veteran trader who's been doing this since before Bitcoin was even born, is looking at a broken parabolic structure and warning that it could go as deep as $25,000. The macro backdrop, guys, is ugly. There is no hiding that. Trump announced global 15% tariffs. Geopolitical tensions is pushing oil prices up 15% in just weeks. The fear and greed index has been locked in extreme fear and territory for weeks now, and ETFs that were buying 40,000 Bitcoins at a time last year are now net sellers in 2026. On-chain data, Bitcoin's realized price, the average cost basis on every single coin on the network sits at around $54,400. In previous bear markets, Bitcoin wicked towards that level before we saw a recovery. That is the historical flaw. We all know it, and it could potentially happen. So the bears are not just making this up, guys. They're not just pulling random data from wherever they want to pull it for. They're making this information up and making these points up based on previous things which happened. And I completely understand why people, including you, could be scared right now. I do want to talk a little bit of positivity though, and I want to talk about what the bears are in fact ignoring. Here's the thing though, extreme fear has historically been one of the single worst times times to be selling Bitcoin. Let me give you a couple of examples. In June 2022, the Fear and Greed Index was at single digits. Everyone was calling Bitcoin to 10K, and that moment turned out to be within weeks from the cycle bottom at about $15,500. The people who sold there missed the entire run up to 126,000. March 2020 with C19, the crash that happened there, Bitcoin dumped to $3,800 in one day. Looked like the absolute end of the world. 3 months later, it fully recovered, and 1 year later, it was almost at $69,000. Right now, as we're filming this, Fear and Greed is currently sitting at about 15. That is the same territory. That is not a guarantee of a bottom, but it's a massive warning sign right now that the crowd is most likely wrong. And one thing I need to tell you, this cycle has something which no other cycle has had, which has never happened before. The US Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. The US government is now officially holding Bitcoin as a reserve asset. The government level validation that simply did not exist in 2022, in 2020, or any other bear market before this one. On top of that, MicroStrategy and Metaplanet have now been buying every single dip. ETFs now hold 1.3 million Bitcoin. Corporate treasuries hold another 1.1. That supply is locked up and it is not coming back to the market. And here's the number which honestly, it genuinely surprises me this week. The Bitcoin exchange reserves just hit 2019 lows. We're down to around, I think, 3 or 2.7 million coins sitting on exchanges. The available supply to sell is at the lowest it's been in 7 years. You cannot have a sustained crash when there is nothing left to sell. So here are the numbers which you need to watch, because that's what everyone is here for. The current price is around 70K. The key support zone in the market has been defending. It's around $62,000 to $65,000. If that holds, a local bounce is extremely likely. The RSI sitting at a near 33 on the daily, approaching oversold territory. Long-term holders selling has collapsed 87% since February. Minor capitulation has eased sharply, and these are not just signals you see at the start of a crash. These are signals you see near the bottom. So for the bulls to take back control, as I've said before, we need to close 2 daily candlesticks above $72,000. In my previous video yesterday, which I posted, if you did watch it, thank you very much, I said, do not buy this pump. It was a trap, in my opinion. It's trying to get people in to go long as we broke out, and it's trying to trap people, bull trap people, until we get 2 consecutive daily closes on the market. On Bitcoin, I am not even looking at a long position, not at all, because it's just too risky. Now, the bear scenario is $62,300. If it breaks with conviction and we get a daily close below it, then that 54K Bitcoin cost price does in fact come into play. That is pretty realistic. Below 55K, we would honestly need to see complete macro collapse. A Fed refuses to cut rates, ETF flows dry up entirely, and a black swan event on top of everything could happen. Yeah, of course it could happen. Well, we could potentially be experiencing a black swan event right now with the Middle East conflict. So my honest take on what's going on. I've been asked a lot this week whether people should sell their crypto, and my honest answer is no, I'm not selling mine. But pretending the bear case does not exist would be absolutely irresponsible. If you're leveraged or you're overexposed, if crypto is genuinely affecting your sleep, that a risk management problem probably exists, then you probably need to sort it out. And that's not being bearish, that's just being honest. If you're a long-term holder with a position size that matches your actual risk tolerance, that is the kind of thing that historically does in fact reward patience. Now, I am not a financial advisor, guys, you know that. Consult a real financial advisor, a licensed financial advisor in your country. And if you're in the UK, USA, or UAE, you cannot be watching my content, unfortunately. So let's wrap it up. First of all, guys, don't forget to join Chart Chasers. The link is down below. If you do want to get alpha alert signals and all relevant information completely for free, join that. It's there. If you did enjoy this video and it did give you some value, then definitely drop a like on today's video. And also don't forget to comment down below if you want to enter to win that $100 every single Monday. Monday is just in a couple of days, so that will be absolutely amazing. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.